So continuing from where we had left off in the last class, first main fifth sub question. The two equations are of the form 7x minus 2y whole divided by xy is equal to 5 and 8x plus 7y whole divided by xy is equal to 15. So to do this, we are going to split these whole terms into each of individual fractions. So the first equation, it becomes 7x by xy minus 2y by xy is equal to 5. This is the first equation. The same thing, we are just splitting it and writing it. So 8x by xy plus 7y by xy is equal to 15. Equation 2. So see here, x cancels each other, y cancels each other. The same thing, x cancels each other, y cancels each other. They are cancelling each other because they have been multiplied. So this implies 7 by y minus 2 by x is equal to 5. Third equation, 8 by y plus 7 by x is equal to 15. Fourth equation. So now we got 7 by y, 1 by y, 1 by x, 1 by y and 1 by x. So put 1 by y is equal to a and 1 by x is equal to b. So then we can rewrite our equations as 7a minus 2b is equal to 5. Fifth equation, 8a plus 7b is equal to 15. This is the sixth equation. So now, since we have our two equations in the form of linear equations in two variables, using the elimination method, we will eliminate one of the variables and find the values of a and b, and thereby finding values of x and y. So here let us eliminate b. So in the sixth equation, the coefficient of b is 7. So multiply by 7. Here it is minus 2. So multiply by minus 2. We get 7 into 7, 49a. 7 into minus 2 minus 14b is equal to 35. And 8 into minus 2 minus 16a. Minus 2 into plus 7 minus 14b. Minus 2 into 15, which is equal to minus 30. So now we will subtract these equations. You can name them as 7 and 8. So for first, the signs will change. Everything will become plus because we are subtracting. So 49 plus 16, 9 plus 6, 5, 65a minus 14b plus 14b cancels each other is equal to 35 plus 30, 65. So 65a is equal to 65, cancels each other. We get a is equal to 1. Therefore a is equal to 1. Put this value, put this in equation 5. What do we get then? 7 into 1. This implies 7 into 1 because 7 into 1 minus 2b is equal to 5. So this implies minus 2b is equal to 5 minus 7, which is equal to minus 2. So this implies minus 2 cancels each other, b is equal to 1. So we got a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1. We know that 1 by y is equal to a and 1 by x is equal to b. And we know the values of a and b. 1 by y is equal to 1 and 1 by x is equal to 1. So this implies y is equal to 1 and x is equal to 1. This is our required solution for the given set of equations, which we reduced into the form of pair of linear equations in two variables. So we have our two new sets of equations, that is the sixth sub question. 6x plus 3y is equal to 6xy and 2x plus 4y is equal to 5xy. These equations are of the form which we just solved in the fifth sub question. Here, divide 1 and 2 by xy, x into y. Divide whole equations by xy. What we get here, 6x plus 3y by xy whole divided by xy is equal to 6xy by xy, and 2x plus 4y whole divided by xy is equal to 5xy by xy. So once again, here xy cancels each other. So this implies, you can see that this expression on the left hand side of each of these equations is just like what we encountered in sub question 5. So split the fraction into two parts. 6x by xy plus 3y by xy is equal to 6, and 2x by xy plus 4y by xy is equal to 5, because xy cancels each other, so we get 5. So this implies x goes, y goes, x, y. What we have is 6 by y plus 3 by x is equal to 6, third equation, and 2 by y plus 4 by x is equal to 5, fourth equation. So now we put 1 by y is equal to p and 1 by x is equal to q. So substituting the values of 1 by y and 1 by p, we get 6p plus 3q is equal to 6, equation 5, and 2p plus 4q is equal to 5, equation 6. So now we have our two equations. So now solve these two equations to find the value of p and q, and your values of x and y from there should be x equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. Pause the video and try solving the given equations. So here we have our two equations, 10 by x plus y plus 2 by x minus y is equal to 4, and 15 by x plus y minus 5 by x minus y is equal to minus 2. Here you can see in the denominator x plus y and x minus y are common terms. So let let 1 by x plus y is equal to p, and 1 by x minus y is equal to q. Therefore, rewriting the equations, we get 10p plus 2q is equal to 4, third equation, and 15p minus 5q is equal to minus 2. This is the fourth equation. So now cross multiply the coefficients and we'll get the values of either of the variables by elimination. So here let us eliminate q into 2 into minus 5. So we get, rewriting the equations, we get something of the form minus 50p minus 10q is equal to minus 20. 2 15s are 30p. 2 into minus 5 minus 10q is equal to 2 into minus 2 minus 4. So now we have to subtract these new equations. Subtract. So minus plus plus. What will get? 50 minus 30 minus 80p plus 10q minus 10q cancels each other is equal to minus 20 plus 4 minus 16. So p is equal to minus 16 by minus 80. So 16 ones are, 16 fives are. These two cancels each other. We get p is equal to, this implies p is equal to 1 by 5. This is the first required result. Now put this value, put this in equation 3. We get 10 into 1 by 5 because it is 10p plus 2q is equal to 4. So 5 ones are, 5 twos are. We get this implies 2q is equal to 4 minus 2, which implies q is equal to 1. This is the value of q. So now to find the values of x and y, we know that 1 by x plus y is equal to p and 1 by x minus y is equal to q. So we found the values. 1 by x plus y is equal to 1 by 5 and 1 by x minus y is equal to 1. Cross multiply them. We get 5 is equal to x plus y. Equation 5. This is our equation 5, and 1 is equal to x minus 5. This is our equation 6. Add 5 and 6. Add 5 and 6. They are of the form of linear equations in two variables, and they are consistent together because x plus y and x minus y are there. So let's just add them. Their coefficients are same, so let us just add them. We get x plus y is equal to 5, adding with x minus y is equal to 1. So since we are adding, the signs will not change, so y minus y cancels out. 2x is equal to 6. So this implies x is equal to 6 by 2. 2 ones are 3s are. This implies x is equal to 3. This is our first required result. Put in equation 5, we get 3 plus y is equal to 5. This implies y is equal to 2. So x is equal to 3. Therefore, x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2 is the required solution. In this question, we solved two sets of linear equations in two pairs, that is equation 3 and 4 and equation 5 and 6, to find the values of x and y. And now coming to the last sub question, that is 8th question from the first main. We have 1 by 3x plus y plus 1 by 3x minus y is equal to 3 by 4 and 1 by 2 times 3x plus y minus 1 by 2 times 3x minus y is equal to minus 1 by 8. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Take these two as your homework. Solve this set of equations as your homework. Here, put 3x plus y is equal to a and 3x minus y as b. 1 by 3x plus y as a and 1 by 3x minus y as b, and solve the linear equations which you obtained to find the values of x and y. So without wasting any time, I will move to the second main, but before that, let us solve your solved example 19. Solved example 19, which talks about a boat which is going upstream and downstream in a river. So before solved example 19. So before we go into the question, we need to understand what is upstream and what is downstream. So if we have a river, see, this is a river which is flowing in this direction, then anything which moves along with the direction of the river, then it is known as downstream. The river is moving in this direction, so anything which moves in the direction of the river is known as downstream. Whereas the opposite direction, if something moves opposite to the direction of the flow of river, then it is known as upstream. Right, so here we have a boat which goes 30 km upstream and 44 km downstream in 10 hours. First we have, in the first 10 hours, there is a boat which goes 30 kilometer upstream and 44 kilometer downstream. Here what happens is, when you move along with the river, the speed of the river adds up to your speed of the boat. But when you are going upstream, that is against the flow of the river, then the speed of the river will be subtracted from the speed of your boat. Keep that in mind. It is a very useful information because it is known as relative speeds or relative velocities, which you are studying in physics if you opt for physics in your future classes. Similarly, in the second case, the time is different. The time is 13 hours, and in these 13 hours, the boat went 40 kilometer upstream. You can see where the distances covered in the same time, downstream is more, but whereas upstream is less, because the speed has been reduced when you travel upstream. So 40 kilometer upstream, 40 kilometer up, and 55 kilometers down. So our job is to find the speed of the boat in still water. If the water is not moving and only the boat is moving, then what is the speed of the boat and what is the speed of the river or the stream? So here let speed of the boat be x, and speed of the river or the stream, speed of the river or water be y. Since they are not told river, you can write it as water, speed of water. Speed of the water be river be y. Downstream, speed downstream. As I told you before, when we move downstream, the speeds add up because we are going in the direction of the force. So downstream speed is total speed. Total speed of the boat will be, total speed is x plus y. Alright, and upstream, the same thing, upstream we'll have the total speed will be subtracted. Total speed is x minus y. So now we know that using the basic physics, time is equal to distance upon speed. Speed is equal to distance by time. I am just transposing or rearranging the equation to get time is equal to distance by speed. In the first case here, first, in total time of 10 hours, the boat traveled 30 kilometer plus 44 kilometers upstream and downstream. We have two distances but in a single amount of time. So using this relationship, we can write this implies 10 hours. In 10 hours, the boat moved a distance of 30 kilometers upstream, and the speed of upstream is x minus y. X minus y plus also the distance covered downstream is 44 kilometers divided by the speed of the boat downstream is x plus y. This is our very first equation. Following the same arguments, in 13 hours, that is the second time, in 13 hours, the boat went 40 kilometers upstream, where upstream the speed is x minus y plus downstream 55 kilometers, where the speed is x plus y. This is our second equations. You can observe that these are the equations which can be reduced to a pair of linear equations in two variables. So put 1 by x minus y is equal to u and 1 by x plus y is equal to v, and rewriting the equations we get 30u plus 44v is equal to 10. This is the equation 3, and 40u plus 55v is equal to 13. This is our equation 4. Now we are supposed to solve for u and v to find the values of x and y. Here let us eliminate the variable u. So multiply by 30, multiply by 40. Cross multiplying the coefficients, we get 40 into 30, 1200u. 4 3s are 12, 2 zeros 1200u. 4 into 44 plus 4 4s are 16, 1 carry. 4 4s are 16, 1 17. 1760v is equal to 40 into 10, 400. 4 tens are 40 plus 0, 400. Similarly, 30 into 40, 1200u plus 30 into 55, 3 5s are 15, 5 1, 3 5s are 15, 1, 16, 1, 650v is equal to 30 into 13, 13 3s are 39, 0, 3, 90. So let us subtract them. After cross multiplying the coefficients, we are going to subtract the equations to eliminate the variables. So the signs will change. 1200 minus 1200 cancels each other. 1760 minus 1650. 0, 0, 0. 6 minus 5, 1. 7 minus 6, 1. And 1 minus 1, 0. 110v is equal to 0 minus 0, 0. 40 minus 19, 10. 40 minus 39, 1. So 10. So we have, this implies v is equal to 10 by 110. Cancels each other. V is equal to 1 by 11. This is our first result. Now, put this in equation 3. Equation 3 or 4. It's up to you. So, 30u plus 44 into 1 by 11 is equal to 10. 11 ones are 11 fours are. So this implies 30u is equal to 6. 4 transposing 10 minus 4, 6. So 6 ones are 5s are. This implies u is equal to 1 by 5. So now we got our values of u and v, and now we are supposed to find the values of x and y. We know that 1 by x minus y is equal to u, and 1 by x plus y is equal to v. This implies 1 by x minus y is equal to 1 by 5, and 1 by x plus y is equal to 1 by 11. Cross multiply them. We'll get something known as 5 is equal to x minus y, and 11 is equal to x plus y. Name them as equation 5 and equation 6. So since we got our equations 5 and 6, add them. Add 5 and 6 to find the values of x minus y and x plus y. You can even subtract them. There is no harm. So we get x minus y is equal to 5. X plus y is equal to 11. Since we are adding them, there is no change in signs. Minus y plus y cancels each other. We get 2x is equal to 16. 2 ones are 8s are. This implies x is equal to 8. Put in equation 6 to find the value of y. You can put it in equation 5 too. There is no harm. So this implies 11 is equal to 8 plus y. This implies y is equal to 3. So therefore, speed of boat is x equal to 8 kilometer per hour, and speed of river or water is y is equal to 3 kilometer per hour. This is our required result. So in the second main of exercise 3.6, they have given you formulate the following problems as a pair of equations and hence find the solutions. They have given you some situations and you are supposed to find represent them algebraically, then find the solutions. So in the first question, Ritu can row downstream 20 km in 2 hours and upstream 4 km in 2 hours. Find her speed of rowing in still water and the speed of the current. So here once again, just like the similar to the problem which we saw just now. In first 2 hours she is going downstream. So if this is down and this is up, so Ritu is rowing a boat. Downstream 2 hours she covers 2 kilometers and upstream in 2 hours she covers 4 kilometers. Sorry, this is not 20, this is not 2, this is 20 kilometers. She can row 20 kilometers 2 hours downstream and 4 kilometers 2 hours upstream. Our job is to find the speed of the find her speed of rowing in still water and the speed of the current. So let speed in still water be x and speed of the current or the water be y. Alright, so now we have two situations. One is downstream and the other is upstream. So we know that downstream the speed is x plus y. The speeds add up, and upstream the speeds subtract each other. So we know that since she is rowing downstream once and upstream once, we don't have to follow the previous equations methods. We know that speed is equal to distance by time. So downstream speed is x plus y is equal to the distance traveled is 20 kilometers in 2 hours. 2 ones are 10s are. This implies x plus y is equal to 10. This is our first equation. And upstream x minus y is equal to distance is 4 by 2. 2 ones are 2s are. This implies x minus y is equal to 2. This is the second equation. As you can see, our both of the equations are already the perfect representation of linear equations in two variables. We don't have to substitute them with any other variable. And also you can also see that the coefficients of each of these variables is already same. We don't even have to make the coefficients same. Since they are same, I am directly going to add equations 1 and 2, x plus y, x minus y. So I am going to add them. We'll get x plus y is equal to 10, x minus y is equal to 2. Since we are adding, there is no change in signs. X plus x, 2x plus y minus y cancels each other. 10 plus 2, 12. So x is equal to 12 by 2, 1s are 6. Therefore x is equal to 6 kilometers per hour, 6 kmph. Similarly, put this in equation 1. We get 6 plus y is equal to 10. This implies y is equal to 10 minus 6. This implies y is equal to 4 kmph. We are talking about speeds, so it is necessary that we write the units. So y is equal to 4 km per hour. Therefore the speed of rowing is 6 km per hour, and speed of the stream or the current is 4 km per hour. This is the required solution for the first sub-question of second main. The second sub-question is based on inverse proportionality. So direct inverse proportionality means if there is an equation with two variables on each side in LHS and RHS, inverse proportionality means if you decrease one of the variables, the value of one of the variables on the left hand side, then the value of the variables on right hand side will increase. That is inverse proportionality. If you decrease, the other will increase. Direct proportionality is another thing where you increase one side, then other side will also increase. But inverse proportionality, increase, decrease, you decrease, then it increases. That kind of thing happens here. So here in the second sub question, they have said 2 women and 5 men can together finish an embroidery work in 4 days, while 3 women and 6 men can finish it in 3 days. Find the time taken by one woman alone to finish the work and also time taken by one man alone. So let time taken by one woman be X and time taken by one man be Y. Since we are talking with inverse proportionalities, we are going to write it as inverse fractions. Here in the first case, 2 women and 5 men finish a work in 4 days. So we can write 2 women, 2 by X plus 5 men, because together they are doing the work. 2 by X plus 5 by Y, they complete the work in 4 days. That means 1 by 4. Time is represented in the denominator, whereas the number of people working is represented in numerator. This is our first equation. So similarly, following the same logic, 3 women, that is 3 by X, and 6 men, 6 by Y, can finish the same work in 3 days, 1 by 3. This is the second equation. Now you know, you have dealt with these kinds of equation, you have to reduce them in the form of linear equations. So to find the values of X and Y, put 1 by X is equal to N and 1 by Y is equal to M. We get 2N plus 5M is equal to 1 by 4, third equation, and 3N plus 6M is equal to 1 by 3. This is the fourth equation. Let us eliminate N. So multiply by 3, multiply by 2. On rewriting the equations, we get, on multiplying, we get these kinds of equations. Now we are going to subtract them. So since we are subtracting, the signs at the bottom will change. 6n minus 6n cancels each other. 15m minus 12m, 3m is equal to 3 by 4 minus 2 by 3. This implies 3m is equal to 4 3, LCM is 12, 3 3s are 9 minus 2 4s are 8. So this implies 3m is equal to 1 by 12. 1 by 12. So this implies m is equal to 1 by 36. On transposing, 3 is in the numerator, it will go to denominator, so 12 into 3, 1 by 36. This is our first result. Put this in equation 3. We get 2n plus 5 into 1 by 36 is equal to 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 4, because it is 2n plus 5m is equal to 1 by 4. So now 2n is equal to 1 by 4 minus 5 by 36. So this implies 2n is equal to 4 and 36, the LCM, 4, 36, 4s, 1s, 9s. So it is 36. 36. So into 9 into 1. 9 minus 5. We get 2n is equal to 4 by 36. 4 1s, 9s. So this implies n is equal to 1 by 18. So we know that 1 by x is equal to n and 1 by y is equal to m. So this implies 1 by x is equal to 1 by 18 and 1 by y is equal to 1 by 36. So this implies cross multiplying them, we get 18 is equal to x and 36 is equal to y. This is the required solution. So one woman takes, writing it, one woman takes 18 days and one man takes 36 days. Remember to construct these equations where the work has been, they ask about work, how these many women, these many children, these many people complete the work in these many days. You have to apply inverse proportionalities here. So this is the required result. So the last question of the second main, that is the third sub question. Ruhi travels 300 kilometers to her home partly by train and partly by bus. She takes 4 hours if she travels 60 km by train and the remaining by bus. If she travels 60 km by train and then the remaining distance is 240 kilometers. If she travels 100 km by train and the remaining by bus, that is 100 km by train and 200 km by bus, because they have told us the total distance is 300 kilometers. She takes 10 minutes longer, that is 4 hours 10 minutes. Find the speed of the train and the bus separately. So this question, I have given you this question as the homework for the day. This question and also the first main 8th question. Both these questions are your homework and you have to solve them today itself. So this completes your chapter linear equations in 2 variables. So that's all for today. Meet you next time. Thank you.